Okay, guys, I'm here to give my review of SummerSlam 2019. I know I'm a couple weeks late on SummerSlam because it was about 2 weeks ago on yesterday. It was about 3 weeks ago on yesterday, but I got busy and couldn't film it. That's just the way it is. Uh, so, yeah. It took place on August the 11th, 2019, from the Scotia Bank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We had 3 matches on the kickoff show. We had the Cruiserweight Championship match, in which Oney Lorcan challenged Drew Gulak. It was a decent enough match. Drew Gulak won with the Cyclone Crash. We had Buddy Murphy in his first match on the main roster. Took on Apollo Crews, and Buddy Murphy would win by disqualification when Rowan attacked him. Or Eric Rowan, he's got his first name back. And the pre-show main event was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending the women's tag team titles against the Iconics. It was an okay match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross won. So on to the main show. Main show opened with a submission match for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Natayla. Good match. It's a 3-star match. You know, Natalya works over Becky's knee. Becky works over Natalya's arm. They each put each other's finisher on. Becky puts Natalya in the sharpshooter. Natalya puts Becky in the disarmer. But in the end, Becky wins with the disarmer and makes Natalya tap out. So, good match. 3 stars. So then we get Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. Match was originally made as Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz, which might have been a better match. But Dolph did get 2 quick super kicks in, but I never believed that was the end. And then Goldberg just comes back, spears Dolph, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, and then and that's the entire match. That's it. 0 stars. And then after the match, Dolph Ziggler just keeps antagonizing Goldberg. And Goldberg eventually spears him 2 more times. So there you go. Not a good match. 0 stars. So we get the WWE United States Championship match. AJ Styles defending against Ricochet. Good match. I don't think it was as good as their Extreme Rules match, though. AJ, of course, has Anderson and Gallows with him. AJ wins with a Styles Clash. And he pins Ricochet 1, 2, 3. There was a lot of good action in this, what you would expect out of these two. But it wasn't as good as the match they had at Extreme Rules. That was a much better match. But still, 3.5 stars. Good match. Then we get the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bayley versus Ember Moon. Decent enough match. Could have been better. But, it was what it is. It was an okay match. Ember Moon hit the Eclipse, but Bayley kicked out. Bayley eventually won with the with her Bayley to belly off the top rope, and that defeated Ember Moon. So, and Bayley retained the Women's Championship. Good match, 2.5 stars. Now, while this isn't affecting the match ratings, when I was watching SummerSlam, where I was watching it, there was a lot of problems with the network. It kept going in and out. It kept buffering a lot. It kept going in and out and fast-forwarding itself around. It was really hard to watch some of this stuff sometimes. But yeah, Bayley in the room, 2.5 stars. Not as good as it could have been, but was okay. So then we get Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, in which if Kevin Owens loses, he leaves WWE. Really good match. The story was great. Shane McMahon has Elias as the special enforcer, and that helped to tell the story of this match. Eventually, Kevin Owens accidentally hits Elias, and then he hits Shane with a stunner, and the referee counts 3, and Kevin Owens wins. 3.5 stars. Really good match. Looks like the feud's actually going to be continuing, though. Just based on what they've been doing on television recently. 3.5 stars. Not a bad match. So then we get what, in my opinion, is the best match on this show. As it's Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. Really, really good match. It's a 4-star match. There was a lot of stuff here. Trish tried a figure 8. You know, eventually Charlotte won with the figure 8 and Trish tapped out, and then Trish got a thank you Trish chant because she was retiring in her hometown, even though technically she was already retired. She's actually been retired for 13 years almost. So this is just a nice little one-off thing here for the crowd in Toronto. This is a really good match, though. And again, I really am giving you what I know I picked up on what I saw, because again, the network issue was a little bit weird, but there was a very good match here. It was a 4-star match. Okay. Charlotte won. Whether the right one won or not, I don't know. Personally, neither of them needed the win, and neither of them really needed the loss. A loss wouldn't have affected either of them, and neither of them needed the win, so really it was just an interesting thing. So then we get the WWE Championship Match. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. 3.5 stars, borderlining on a 4, but the finish was messed up. There was this great thing where Kofi's coming off the top rope. Orton catches him with the RKO. That should have been the finish. Kofi rolls outside of the ring. Orton follows him outside. And then they just get double count. And then there's a double count out. I get that they did it to continue the feud. But what they did was, this did not need to have a finish like that. It could have been a decisive finish of either Kofi or Orton winning. 3.5 stars though, really good match, but could have been better if not for the finish. So in the semi-main event, Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and his Fiend character, the in-ring debut of The Fiend. The match is a 0.5 star, but The Fiend himself though, if they don't mess this up, they finally have a chance to do something very interesting with Bray Wyatt with the Fiend character. If they don't mess it up, of course. Because everything about the Fiend is very interesting. He wins the Mandible Claw. It's predominantly a squash match. It's a 0.5 star match for the match, but a lot of the entrances is really cool for the Fiend. So 0.5 star. So in the main event, the WWE Universal Championship match, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, 3-star match. Better than the WrestleMania match, which technically wasn't even a match, which technically wasn't even much of a match. But it's a 3-star match. Seth kicks out of a couple F5s, Brock is out of a couple of curb stomps, but Seth eventually does hit the curb stomp and wins back the Universal Championship. Now, I have no idea why the WWE gave this title to Brock at Extreme Rules just to have him drop the title here. I don't know. But it is what it is. Seth Rollins retains. Probably what should have happened. So it was a 3-star match. So yeah, very good Actually, this pay-per-view was not bad, actually. This is a very good pay-per-view. Very good SummerSlam. I enjoyed the pay-per-view as a whole. And the total rating will be in the description. But there was 9 matches here, so its total rating will be out of 45. It doesn't get the full 45. But the grade will end up being in the description. So if you like this video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.